Alright, YouTube, welcome back to another... Whoa, chill. Alright, guys, welcome back to another YouTube video here on my channel. Today, we're actually going to be reviewing this bad boy right here. This is actually, I think, the last electric guitar that I needed to review on this channel. So I've reviewed all my other instruments, or electric instruments, on my channel. And yeah, today we're going to be reviewing the final one that I own for now. You know, probably I'll get another guitar later, but this is my Epiphone ES-333. One of Tom DeLonge's signature guitars. I actually ordered the new Tom DeLonge signature Fender guitar Starcaster, but this is what I got sent. Nah, I'm just kidding. I actually bought this like, I want to say like 2 years ago maybe. And yeah, it actually looks really big. Every time I use this in one of my videos, people are like, oh, are you tiny? Or like, is that a giant guitar? No, Tom's just like a really big dude, and like, I guess these don't look really big on him because he's tall. He's like 6 foot something. I'm literally like 5 something, you know, so not that tall. So yeah, we're going to be going over the specs, seeing everything. I'm going to be oiling up the fretboard, polishing up the frets, telling you about the guitar, how I came about it. We're going to be looking at it up close, checking out all the specs. Maybe later on, if I could get one of the Fender models, I'll definitely do like a comparison. But for now, I figured since he just released his other one, it'd be cool to take a look back at one of his earlier signature models. But yeah, y'all stick around. We're going to be doing some close-ups of it and all the maintenance, and then getting to hear what it sounds like, of course. We'll hear some of the clean sounds, and then with pedals, and yeah, just seeing what we could get her to sound like. Alright, y'all, so let's get a quick close-up of what she'd be looking like. So the only thing that aesthetically is like wrong with it, or cosmetically, is this little chip right here. I purchased this used on reverb.com, and I guess the previous owner dropped it or something. But other than that, it's in really good condition for its age. This was made in February of 2013, so it's over 10 years old. It's one of the first, I'm guessing from the first batch, because these were modeled after what Tom was playing back in 2008 to 2012. So it must have been like right after that. And these were discontinued in 2019. So yeah, and it's all stock. I'm pretty sure the previous owner didn't do any modifications to it. The only thing I've done to it was when I got this, the nut, this part, it had like the original plastic nut on there. And it was already all like cracked. You could see like little cracks all throughout it. Like it was still like intact, but I knew it was gonna go at any moment. So I just got one of these. I'm pretty sure it's Graphtec Tusk XL nut, and it works pretty good. I had to sand it down a little bit and like smooth it out because it was kind of rough. but I think I did a pretty good job. I might sand it down a little more right now because the last time I checked it was literally like a year ago. I don't really use this one that much because it just has the one humbucker in the bridge. I'm more of a neck pickup kind of guy, which this guitar does not come with. Tom only uses humbuckers and he likes them in the bridge area, so that's why I don't really use this one as much, but I can still get some clean tones with it. You'll see in the playthrough right now when I use it for some sound examples. Let's look at it from the back. This protects the wiring. It still even has a little plastic on it. The back looks really nice. This is a mahogany neck. There's a little made in China sticker. So these are handcrafted in China, or they were back when they were being made. It has Grover tuners, which actually keep this in tune pretty good. And there's the Tom DeLonge signature. And in here is where you have the serial number and where it says Tom DeLonge. So you know it's an original instrument, not a copy. And there's the pickup. It comes with a Dirty Fingers Gibson USA pickup. So even though it's made in China, it still has a USA pickup on there. And at first I had trouble getting this to like intonate, but I'll like recheck it right now, and when we like oil it up and do what we have to do, when we do the maintenance on it, I'll give y'all some tips and stuff as always. But yeah, let's go ahead and get these strings off and start with the makeover. Alright y'all, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go ahead and take these strings off. We got it on our little makeshift table with our Naruto card mat. I'll get some better gear later, but for now this will do. If anybody wants to send me anything, any brands or companies watching, I don't know. If anybody's watching and wants to send something, just saying. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and get these strings off. Finally, I found my good wire cutters. Last video I was using some really crappy ones. I found my good ones. Like, check it. It's so good I could snip all 6 at the same time. Easy peasy. With the other ones I would have struggled so hard. Okay, so with this kind of guitar you kind of want to watch the ends of the strings on the top of the body because it's like really scratchable. So I always try to be extra careful with this guitar specifically. But I mean, guitars are meant to get scratches anyway, so. Okay, there you go. So these guitars were in production, I want to say like around 2012 to like 2019. 2019 is when they stopped making them, and then Tom DeLonge moved to Fender, or back to Fender where he first started, and left Gibson. And then he's released another Fender Strat and then the Starcaster. Honestly, this is like my favorite model because of the like era that he would play this through. Like, I'm a real big fan of like Tom in general, like Angels and Airwaves, Boxcar Racer, all those projects. And for those projects, he would play one of these. It was the Gibson version, but they're honestly not that different, and they even have like the same pickup. So that's really cool. The only difference is like the price, and I think the legit Gibson one is made of maple, and these have like a mahogany block, and then they have like a laminate wood top. And I want to say on the original they have like a maple block and then like a maple body. So this is made of more of a laminate type of wood, but it's still good. And I think that's even better because it's better to endure the elements. I think the previous owner of this guitar lived in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what it said on the reverb post. I'll check again later. And it's really humid there. And this guitar was not in bad condition when I received it. Like, again, that chip doesn't really affect the tone or anything like that, luckily. I was aware that the guitar was chipped when I was looking to buy one. So what we're going to do first is polish up the frets. So I'm going to cover the fingerboard with painter's tape. So I can go over all of these with different grits of sandpaper. And they're really smooth. I do this with my guitars every now and then, just so they're shiny and like I can slide and like bend and the string won't be getting caught. So what's your favorite Tom DeLonge signature guitar? So he's made his Stratocaster. That was his like first one. I'm pretty sure the Stratocaster was made. They had a made in Mexico model and a Squire version as well. So they made that one for a few years. Again, I always wanted one of those when I was younger, but like I couldn't really afford to get like a nice signature model guitar. So what I ended up doing later on when I could afford instruments like that, I got a nice Sonic Blue Stratocaster. So it's like kind of like the color he uses, but I was never really a fan of the fact that his signature guitars only come with one pickup and it's in the bridge. My favorite pickup to use when I'm playing is a neck pickup. So that's the one that'll go up here, which doesn't exist on these guitars. But honestly, the tones that you could get from this one humbucker guitar are pretty good. I'm going to finish taping this up and then get back to y'all. Alright, y'all, we got the guitar all taped up. Now I'm going to go through each fret with a different grit of sandpaper. Again, you won't see all of this. I'll like skip through some of it when I'm not talking so we can get to the playing quicker. But yeah, this is just the process that I do every other time that I'm going to restring a guitar. That way it's like up to par and like to the best of its playing ability. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So with this first grit, I always try to take off like all the like rust that I see on there. Sometimes sometimes the frets will start to develop this like greenish, brownish rust on there, which is normal, but I always try to get all that off of there with this very first grit and then kind of just polish with the rest of them. I like that this guitar has really big frets and like a chunky neck. I guess it's good for the type of style that these guitars are used for, kind of like punk rock and alternative. I get really big tones with this guitar, so I like that about it. Once you get all the rust off with this first one, it makes the process easier with the rest of them. Make sure y'all get all the little weird angles to get all the rust off. Nice. For some reason, these at the bottom always have that blue stuff on there. Alright, I got most, if not all, the rust off of there just with this first grit. So now I'm going to go through it with the rest of them, and then I'll check back with you after. Alright, y'all, I just got done with the last sandpaper. As y'all can see, these frets are super shiny now. If y'all want like a better detailed video of how to do that, I actually have one on my channel. I just didn't want to bore y'all with the details, but if you're interested in that, just lurk in my other videos, and it's how to polish with micro frets. I put tape on this a little late. I kind of scratched it a little bit, so next time I need to remember to put tape on the little black cover, because now it's like, you can kind of see that black line. That's not tape, that's like sandpaper. My bad, but whatever. That's punk rock, brother. Also put tape on this so none of the flakes from the frets get on your actual pickups. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and get this tape off and oil up the fretboard. It all looks dry like this right now, but after I oil it up, it'll look darker. Just be more lubricated and nice. Alright, y'all, so this is what the fretboard looks like pre-lubricated. I haven't lubricated it yet, just polished frets, so now they're like way shiny. And I'm going to be using some of this to oil it. Alright, so I just put the first coating of oil on there. See how it looks way darker now? I'm going to let some of that just kind of seep in there because it was really dry before. And I want to see how lubricated it looks like after that. If it still looks like it needs more, I'll reapply some more. But either way, I'm going to wipe off the excess in a little bit. Alright, y'all, I reapplied the oil a couple of times and let it soak in. This is what it looks like now. It's way darker, much more lubricated, much nicer. I'm going to go ahead and put on the strings on this bad boy now. So today I'm going to use elixirs. I always use elixirs. I usually go a lighter gauge. I go 9 to 42, I think. But for this one, I'm going to go up a little bit. I'm going to do 10 to 46. So I use lighter ones on my Strats and on my Telly. Yeah, on my Strats and on my Telly, but on this one, I want to go thicker, and on my Jazzmaster, I usually use this gauge as well. So I like to keep those with a little thicker strings, just so they sound like a little heavier. So first, I'm gonna apply some of this. It's called Tune It. Every time you change the strings, it kind of looks like a little wax that you just put here at the saddle. So it's kind of like a little more lubrication for the strings. So hopefully they don't pop as quick. Oh, freak. That was a lot. Oh my god. There you go. Got the big glob. Let me try this again. Oof. I have to clean that. You don't even need to put that much. Like any little glob works. And then once that's in there, I guess just dab it in. I'm going to dab it in with the napkin. Cool. So I think it's really cool that I'm able to own this guitar. I remember being a kid and like seeing all these videos of like Tom DeLonge playing live, and he would use a guitar like this one, but like I mean customized to like his own I guess style. He would like paint on his, burn them, but I like the way this one looks without any customization at all. I think teenage me would be super hyped that I own this instrument, and I didn't pay like a crazy amount of money for it. I know these are reselling for a lot. I paid under $1,000 for it, so I think that's a pretty good deal because the new Starcaster is going for like $1,200. I personally like this one better, but like the way this one looks better, and it's more like nostalgic, you know, because this is what he would use back then. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love to own a Starcaster too, but maybe in the future. And also, you don't really get to see these much for sale on the market, or at least for cheap. You know, people usually want a lot of money for them, so I'm glad I was able to get mine for under $1,000. I'm not really sure what they go for now. I'll probably look up what a recent sold has gone for. I'm hoping I don't have to do much adjustment to the action with these thicker strings. It's only like a gauge up, so I don't think it should be that much of a difference. So previously I had been using this with really old strings, and then like I think I had popped a string while I was using it like at a performance, so I had to like quickly just change one of the strings. So for a while I just had like one new A string on it and everything else is old, so I didn't like the balance of the tone. So now everything should be balanced, and I'm excited to see what she's gonna sound like. Here comes a B string. Last one, baby, the string. So this is a 10 gauge instead of a 9 like I had before. I'm gonna try this out, and then if I still feel like I need something heavier, next string change I'll try 11 to 49, I think was the next gauge up. So it's gonna keep getting off tune right now. There's slight fret buzz, but nothing that is that bad. I'm gonna go ahead and let the string settle in for a little bit, and then I'll get her plugged in and we'll see what she sounds like. Alright y'all, let's just take a second to appreciate what the guitar looks like, all polished up and ready to go. So look at the frets. Damn. Everything shiny, polished. Alright, y'all won't be hearing me blab anymore. Next thing you'll see or hear is some tones from this. We'll probably start with a clean tone without any pedals, just some light reverb. And yeah, we'll go from there. guys, that is it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Again, it's like a dream come true to be able to own this guitar and like have it, play it, you know. If you guys have any suggestions for videos, just let me know. And maybe if it's something I can work on, I'll get it done. And yeah, remember to like and subscribe and all that cool stuff. Thanks for watching. Peace out.